Hey everyone, this is Lana from the Division of Environmental Health Services in San Bernardino County. This is my first episode of Learning with Lana. Here's some background information. The state of California designated the division as the agency that enforces laws and regulations regarding environmental health. So basically what that means is we have inspectors here that go out to these various facilities to make sure that they're following the rules. We have a handful of programs and we offer a lot of services to our operators here in the county. And so I'm hoping by bringing you all along with me, you'll get a better idea of what we do here at the division. So this week I get to go on a landfill inspection. We're going to go to San Timoteo Landfill out in Redlands, and I'm pretty excited. I've never been to a landfill before. I'm assuming it's just land filled with trash, and it's probably going to be pretty smelly, probably pretty dirty because that's where all our trash goes. I can't imagine it being any more intricate than that. We'll see what the inspection entails. We'll see what this landfill is all about, and I'll be bringing you all along with me. I'll take one for the team and deal with the stench by myself. So here it goes. I am with Amanda Adair.
Hello.
Amanda, tell us who you are, what you do, and what we're about to do today.
Amanda Adair with the LEA, and we're going to go inspect the landfill.
Here we go. It's going to be fun. And smelly. So what are you looking for right now?
Right now we're looking for litter just along the roads and making sure that the speed limit signs are posted and nothing's off.
So we're nowhere near the landfill yet, or?
Oh, there's landfill right there.
That is landfill. How? Okay. That looks like a mountain. Why? How can you tell the difference between what a landfill is and if it's just a mountain of dirt?
You can tell kind of by the way that it's sloped, and then it has a bench road and a slope, and then you can also see by the methane gas probes that are along the edges. It's an easy way to tell.
We inspect landfills. Is there any other agency that inspects landfills for any other purposes?
Solid Waste Management owns the landfill, and they contract out operators, and Athens Services is who operates this landfill. So we look for signs to make sure that everyone's pointed in the right direction. So right now we're on trash.
We are on trash. Like there's trash underneath us right now.
We're driving on it.
Where are we going right now?
We're gonna go to the public working phase, where regular everyday people go to drop off their waste.
There's a truck we all recognize.
There's the regular phase. Okay.
Trash!
This is a C&D pile. It's where they drop the construction and demolition. It should be cured asphalt or cement, bricks, porcelain, things like that. We just make sure that there's not a lot of trash in there. There will be some.
What exactly are we watching this guy doing? Because it just looks like he's driving back and forth.
He's spreading and compacting the trash. So this landfill utilizes the pancake method. And they'll do 4 to 5 foot lifts of trash. They'll spread it, compact it, and then do another 4 to 5 foot lift of trash. To compact it, they have to go about 4 to 5 times over the trash in order to make sure they get maximum compaction. Because if they have too much air, it's a waste of money and land space.
So they're basically just smashing trash so that it's like super flat.
Correct.
It's a fun job.
Looks fun.
If the public comes and dumps trash here, is that free, or do they have to pay to dump
They
here?
have to pay to dump. What they'll do is they'll weigh the truck when they come in, and then when they exit, they'll weigh the exiting weight, and then they'll take the difference and they'll charge them. It's going over to that line cell. Do you guys know?
No idea. They start to moving over here probably this way.
You guys are using tarps at night?
Every night.
Every night tarps?
A
Okay.
lot of tarps, believe me. I take it out this morning around 7.
A lot of
100 by 100. My name is Herbert Rebollo, and I do load checker.
What's your daily routine? What do you do every time?
Just check every load I can, and then check if they don't bring stuff illegal like oil, paint, asbestos.
Can you show her what a bird bomb is? You have it with you?
What's a bird
The
bomb?
one, it's a little. We got little one, a red one, and the other one is green one, and we got little gun to. We put it in and put a little explosion thing, and then we throw it to the air.
Shoot in the air.
Make a noise, and then those birds gone for a couple hours, and then come back. But we usually try to not shoot and just shoot it in the air.
Right.
Yeah, for noisy.
Bird bombs.
Bird bomb, yeah.
And they come and just pick at the trash.
Yeah,
find
exactly.
food.
Just pick up the food and then take it up and fly, and then
Make litter.
yeah. Exactly.
So this is like a buffet for them, huh?
Oh yeah, hometown. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's why important to keep it covered at night. You want to go do a load check? Let's check this guy's blood out.
Over there, what's...
The water truck. So it goes drives around the whole landfill to make sure the dust is
Yeah.
minimal.
That's what-
I'm gonna go take a look at some stuff that people are dumping. Make sure that it's all allowed.
What I found? A fossil.
What's that?
A fossil. It is not an iPhone.
No. What kind
It's
of
a fossil.
So this is the tarps that they use to cover it at night.
So the trash gets a blanket. Why do they have to put this on at night?
Every night, the trash needs to be covered. They have an option at this landfill to either use 6 inches of soil or they can use tarps. So they opt for the tarps because it allows for more trash to get put in the landfill. If you keep putting dirt on it every single night, it's going to fill up with dirt layers. This is more environmentally friendly and this is more cost friendly for everybody.
And they get tarped or soiled just to keep the trash from flying everywhere?
To keep
or-
the trash from flying everywhere, to keep vectors and other animals out of the landfill as well. Those poles out there, that's what their grade poles are. So when they start coming over, they have to reach that height. That's how they know how high to go. This
Oh.
whole landfill is engineered. It's not a dump.
Not a
It's not a
dump.
dump.
They're-
Scientifically engineered sanitary landfill.
What does this guy do here?
This is a compactor. It's used the spikes to help push the trash down. As you can see by the size of it, it's pretty big.
Easy to driving, huh?
And how tall are you, Amanda?
5'1.5".
5'1.5". This thing is a little higher than you. It's big. Now we're just watching them operate.
We just want to make sure that all the traffic is being directed correctly, that they have their water station nearby, that they're separating the material that's recyclable on the side. We're watching them to make sure that they're operating according to their JTD, their Joint Technical Document.
And what is that?
So every landfill has to follow Title 22 and other regulations from different boards. Every landfill is site specific, so this area is in the mountains and a canyon, so they're going to have things like donkeys. If you go to the desert, you're going to have more of like just dirt and dust and, you know, maybe more snakes and coyotes and feral dogs. So what they have to do is they will write a JTD, which is a Joint Technical Document, and in that gives an outline of the entire operation from what time they open to what signs they're posting to where they're going to locate their restrooms to everything. So we read this and we make sure that they are following their JTD.
This is their JTD.
This is one section of the JTD. So it's
This
a pretty
is-
comprehensive document.
This
And
is a document.
It also has
That looks
maps.
like an encyclopedia.
It outlines drainage plans, if they're going to expand. It has everything what the landfill is written in here.
So you have to make sure they're doing everything that they're saying they're doing in here.
Correct.
That's a lot of paper. So they dump the trash up here, and then they move it back down to that area where we were before.
Yes,
and then they compress it.
They
Compact it.
So they're taking the trash, they're moving it in 5-foot lifts, spreading it, compacting it, and then they do it over and over again until they build it out to where they want it to be, to whatever grade level. They like to separate the commercial and public vehicles for safety reasons.
So this is just where the big trash trucks come and dump their trash.
Yes, but if you were taking a load in the back of your F-150 pickup, you would be down
where we were. Right.
And over here, they have litter fences. They put these in places where they know the wind tends to blow, so they collect litter along the way. It's not very windy today, so you don't see a lot of litter. It's less expensive and easier to manage the trash if it's along these fences rather than blown over the entire landfill.
Do all landfills accept all kinds of trash, or do certain landfills accept certain kinds of trash, or how does that work?
Each landfill can take the majority of the same kind of trash. However, some can't take treated wood, some can. None of them take hazardous waste. That all needs to go to an approved location. It just depends on the type of material it is.
So does each landfill have a certain amount until they close, or is it the same across for all?
No, everyone is different depending on their land area. So this area has X amount of square feet, and they're allowed to build so high, and after they reach that capacity, they close, and then the trash will have to be diverted somewhere else, and we'll have to utilize that landfill.
Can you build stuff on a landfill after it closes?
Sometimes, after enough time has gone by, and if you set things up properly as far as methane gas removal, there's more to it than this. You can build like a golf course or a park or things like that.
So these landfills are actually closed. They have business hours. So what happens when a landfill is closed for the day?
When they're closed for the day, they'll close from the public, and then they'll begin their closing operation. So what they'll do is they'll clean up around the site, make sure there's no litter, and then they cover the working face with either tarp, dirt, or any other approved material that they're allowed to use.
Okay. And the tarp is that the blanket?
Yes, the blanket.
So
they blanket the trash.
So at the end of the business day, they tuck in the trash at night.
Sure, Lana, sure.
Bumpy road. What are these pipes along the road?
These are part of the methane gas extraction system. So all landfills produce methane gas from the organic material that's in there. So they create a suction with a vacuum and some pipes that are down that extract the methane gas out of the landfill because it's dangerous and can cause fires.
That was donkey poop?
Donkey poop.
There's donkeys here.
I'm taking my favorite spot.
Your what?
My favorite spot.
You have a favorite spot here?
Yeah.
Is it a romantic spot?
Yeah, it's kind of romantical.
Me and Amanda are gonna have a romantic moment at a landfill. Bird's eye view of the entire landfill operation.
Exactly.
This is very romantic. A picnic out here. So how often do these landfills get inspected?
Active landfills get inspected once a month.
And an active landfill is where there's trash being dumped.
Correct. Where there's trash that's permitted, or a landfill that's permitted to accept waste is an active landfill.
And a closed landfill?
Is one that is no longer receiving waste, and we do those inspections quarterly. So now we're going to drive along the bench roads, and what we're looking for as we're driving along these is see if there's any trash that is obvious or maybe sticking out of the ground, or if there's any rivets or anything that's out of the ordinary that shouldn't be here.
What happens if you do see trash sticking out or?
That's called daylighting. If there's trash sticking out of the ground, that is a violation, and we will address it with the site operator immediately, and then hopefully they will be able to fix it. That was more scary to you than the other?
No.
Sections of greenways.
Donkeys. What? We found the donkeys. They look really mad. I'm gonna see how close I can get to these donkeys. And hopefully they don't kick me in the face. Oh, they're already leaving me. No, come back. The mean girls didn't let me sit with them. Probably because I wasn't wearing pink. What's this guy doing?
He's collecting litter, so he's just walking the landfill to make sure that there's no trash. If there is, he bags it. And then someone comes by and picks up the bags. So this is where they keep their electronic waste. What they'll do is they'll have them separated out, and they'll take down the TVs or monitors, keyboards, things like that. Put it in boxes, label them, and then they'll send them off to be recycled.
So you said that is a line cell?
Yes. So at some point in time, they're going to start building over or putting trash in here and working their way up. So what they have done is they've lined the cell so that way, you know, they can collect leachate at the bottom, and that it reduces the amount of pollution that goes into the groundwater.
And what is leachate?
Leachate is all of the collection of the liquids that reach the bottom of the landfill. So it's like a soup.
And these are the liquids that produce from the trash, from
the trash. So your, you know, containers of juice, milk, other organic material from the rain when it comes through the soil and percolates and creates leachate at the bottom.
What's that over there?
Occasionally people will drop off some items that are not approved to be discarded in the landfill, such as hazardous waste, batteries, things like that. And when that happens, they'll pull it out of the waste stream, out of the working phase, put it in here, and then discard it properly. Landfills will take the green waste and they will chip and grind it and use it for mulch or other purposes, or they will sell it and take it somewhere else. So right here you can see that this pile right here of wood has been chipped and ground, and they're filling up that truck and they're taking it to a different location.
This is the stuff that you buy at Home Depot and you'll put it in your flower pot or whatever.
Correct. Sometimes that will happen, and they'll also use it on site for erosion control. So there's many uses for it.
Does chipping and grinding happen here?
Chipping and grinding does happen here. They are permitted for that activity. They have to chip and grind every 21 days, and then they have 1 week to remove all of the chip and grind material before it starts composting.
And you're not allowed to compost?
They are not approved to compost at this site, so they have to make sure that all the ground wood is under 122 degrees Fahrenheit.
What happens when there's, like, you know, plastic bottles and stuff in the trash? Do they pick it out or they leave it there? Or?
They'll do their best to get out what they can, but there's not enough manpower to recycle that much stuff at the landfill, so it's really important for everyone to do it from their homes or whatever source they can do that.
Recycle, everybody.
Recycle. We are at the top of the working space where the commercial trucks are tipping.
That's where all our trash goes. Back in the office, totally did not expect a landfill to be like that at all. I thought that a landfill was just mountains of trash and stuff flying everywhere, but that was totally not the case. As you all saw, The weird thing was, the first thing I thought was, wow, this place is clean, which is so weird to say because it's a landfill. That's where our trash goes. Why is it clean? I was terrified at how smelly it was gonna be, and it did not even smell that bad. It was bearable. I had no idea how scientifically engineered a landfill was. It was pretty neat to see. There's like a strategic way to dump trash. So they do it like the S shape, and that's pretty cool. Like, it's very efficient. There's a system to it all. I mean, you all saw that JTD. It was like, it's huge, and that was just a section of it. I totally underestimated a whole landfill operation completely. I learned what a bird bomb was, which sounds scary at first, but it's totally not. After you know what it is, it's not that bad, right? The inspection itself was pretty cool, getting to drive around and see the entire landfill and how they operate. I got to see Amanda's favorite spot. That was quite the view. I mean, it's a landfill, but it was still a really nice view. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But my biggest thing when I was there was when I was looking at the trash and seeing how much stuff in there that could have been recycled. Please recycle. It is so important. I want to give a huge thank you to Amanda Adair for taking me out, and thank you so much to San Timoteo Landfill out in Redlands for letting us film. If you guys like this video, please share it, please like it. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time on the next Learning with Lana.